Good afternoon, this is DJ Johnny at JDM FM, and today I'm going to a really gorgeous place. This is Lymm. It's not far from Warrington, not far from Thirlwall, not far from Greppenhall. This is Lymm, and it is the most beautiful, beautiful place you can imagine. Let's go and explore. Good morning, this is DJ Johnny at JDM FM, and today I'm going to look at the Bridgewater Canal around Lymm and also the Fustian Cutters. Yeah. And this is the Bridgewater Canal. It came to Lymm in 1761 when the Duke of Bridgewater built it. We spoke about that on one of my earlier videos. So it really has brought the lifeblood to Lymm. It's that since they had this canal and other transport arrangements that Lymm really came to life with all the cottage industries, manufacturing and things like that took place in Lymm in those early days. You won't believe it now looking at it, such this tranquil place. And just over the canal here is a lovely cottage, probably a cottage which is photographed the most when anybody comes to Lymm. It is absolutely beautiful and really well kept. Once upon a time this wasn't painted white, it was just brick, and a number of families used to live here who worked on the canal. Now the canal here this is the wharf along here, and at one time there was a crane which would lift goods off the ships, off the boats, off the barges onto the dry land for manufacture and onward processing in Lymm, particularly fustian. Now fustian is something I'll talk about in a few minutes. So today this house is owned by Peter Corbett. Well, you might know him as Matthew Corbett of Sooty fame, Sooty and Sweep. Remember Sooty and Sweep? Used to be Harry Corbett, his dad, and then Matthew took it over later on. Really quite a funny show. But he's also done a lot of work for the canals and for the heritage of Lymm in particular, as he loves this place, and he keeps his cottage in impeccable condition. Well done, Matthew. So I'm in a place here now which is called the Square. Can you see the square there? Funny because it's not a square anymore. It used to be a square. There used to be houses going all the way around and shops and things, but they've all gone because the Bridgewater Canal was built. So the square as it is doesn't exist. Amazing. This is the Saddler's Arms pub, a very oldie pub. The problem is, what happens if they come out that door? There's a huge drop. Oh no! And this cottage is a very special cottage in Lymm. Can you see? It's got 3 stories. There's the ground floor, the middle floor, and the top story. Can you see all the glazed windows at the top? Actually in the attic. Those are very, very special windows so that people could see to do the job they're doing. The people who lived in these cottages or worked in these cottages were fustian cutters. Now fustian is like velvet or velveteen, and it's made from a sort of rough cloth which was sent all the way down from Manchester on the Bridgewater Canal, and it was sent here by barge, offloaded at Lymm, brought into one of these cutting shops where young children, because they had really good eyesight, would cut the cloth. Now in the way the cloth was manufactured, there's wefts in the cloth, warps and wefts, and these used to cut the warps of the cloth. It was like loops. Now they had a very, very sharp knife, and they had to cut the loops, and they used to literally have a long, see the length of the building. They used to walk the length of the building, cutting a very, very fine loop of all these wefts. There's about 40 wefts per inch, and that means for each piece of cloth there was 600 wefts, about between 600 and 1,000 wefts that these children used to have to cut and slice through. They used to slice through all these hoops going all the way through, which made the cloth open up like that and made it really, really nice and comfy, just like velvet is. Children were used because they have very good eyesight, and you have to have good eyesight to work in such small detail. And they used to literally run the whole length of the building along the length with a knife, like a special knife, very fine knife, cutting these tunnels of wefts all the way along in a straight line, all the way through, and then start again and come back and start again. So they used to travel back and two in there all day long. Some people say they must have walked about 20 miles in every day. Can you imagine 9-year-old children working in these conditions? Blinking heck, woo! And this is Keith's house. This is a residential home for the elderly, and it is one of the most beautiful places you could ever wish to go for. Come and have a look at Keith's house in Lymm if you get the chance. This is Lymm Heritage Centre, really worth coming along. It's a lovely place with lots of photographs and lots of memorabilia. Come and have a look. So that was Lymm. What a beautiful, beautiful village. We started off at the Lymm Dam, which didn't used to be a dam, it used to be marshland and a gorge where the brook used to come through, and then they dammed it in the 1800s and they made the turnpike road, and the water then came through to the lower dam, which is here behind me, and that drove the driving wheels for the corn mill, which made the corn for the bread for all the bakeries and all the places around here. And the water continued then to the Slitton Mill, the Slitton Brook that used to go down there, and we used to slit the iron, making nails and hoops for barrels and a whole host of other things. Amazing. Then we saw Bridgewater Canal, which brought in the lifeblood to the village itself, where they used to drop off bales of cloth to be spent to the fustian workers. Imagine those young children having to walk all those many, many miles a day, cutting the cloth to make the beautiful velvet material. Whoa! It's got lots more history. They used to have gold as well in here. They used to make gold, and I think they probably still do have gold leaf. And there's actually gold leaf here that's in on St Paul's Cathedral. Whoa, amazing that. We also went to see St Mary's Church at the top. Beautiful church from Anglo-Saxon period. Really, really old church. And it's the fourth one on the side. Blinking heck, what a history. And then we finally finished off here back at the mill pond. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I do lots of other videos for local areas. If you're interested, let me know, give us a shout, and I'm more than happy to go and have a look at it and see if I can do anything. So send your requests in, please do. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and whatever you're doing, hope you have a fabulous time, and see you again very, very soon. Bye.